Still on the block and was moving the snap. Now it's been true and I'm writing these raps. I follow y'all, how was shot, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life. We sitting in class every single night. You know what you say, and we breaking down scriptures that law really get you right. That's the goal. Why did he say? Big, one in the eggs. Used to hide dope with my grandma with big. I seen that nigga brains all on the pig. Now hoodie two with a switch in the list. I was down bad with an 8-ball scale, no razor. I came out the struggle, I finally made it. I counted these blessings, I'm never complaining. Kid soldiers, they give me your orders. Say con on con, I do what I'm told. Like my crown, I'ma be fly as a bitch. You know I'm a dividend gold. They call it the top, so that mean I'm bold. Came on the block, used to beat at the pot. They hit all the things in the holes. I chased the money, was losing my soul. Yeah, hit backs, still on the block, I was moving the snap. Now it's been truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow y'all, how was shot, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life. We sitting in class every single night. You know what you say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right.
You the real ones, call me ruler. Got 50 rounds still drum in the Ruger. I say go kill one of my shooter. He say I owe you like a sooner. Hey yo, talk, tell me why they testing me. Used to get guap, we the ecstasy. I'm out the kitchen, still with the recipe. I'm in the truth, building a legacy. I keep a couple shooters with a secretary. If you ain't over me, then you ain't checking me. I just hopped off the plane of Puerto Rico. Hollers and Quince, dead and Cinco. Homie, I leave you stressing like a limo. Pull up in any city with a rental. Free my dogs out and get them out the kennel. Enemy trying to pit me like an inno, you know.
Used to hit backs, still on the block, I was moving the snap. Now it's been truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow y'all, how was shot, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life. We sitting in class every single night. You know what you say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right. I was locked down on myself, asking the Lord every night when I'm not getting out. Why you keep sending me blessings and I keep on fucking up, still haven't figured it out. Talk about how I had to lose my bus, me and you, and then they the rush. 40 on me, got a body. Nigga tried to rob me and ended up losing his life. I bought a ticket to Cuba. TSA locked me up when I was boarding the flight. Crackers ain't giving me a bail, so I was stuck in that bitch and that shit had me tight. And I had beef with the ops. I put them there in the bathroom and made me a life. I see why the murder rate high. Niggas be pussy and shit and they can't really fight. Used to hit backs, still on the block, I was moving the snap. Now it's been truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow y'all, how was shot, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life. We sitting in class every single night. You know what you say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right.
West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. Bury me west. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Getting dividends, so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nominee a domino. So what you fucking trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to the pussy niggas just popping shit. Team of all stars, I coach them up like a Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and the apologists. They vagina, so we go check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the simulation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid. Shit's gotten retarded since all the dominance. One west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. When a nigga quiet, use my maneuvers. But I'm rhyme like I got roof rhymes for Uber. Rhymes for Luger, 17 in the room, yeah. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by black Apollos, let the semi holler. The showstopper, then the stoppers is the titty bopper. But now I'm throwing them up, Patron, premium, a vodka. I put his pictures on the Glock, modify the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the lava salads on it. When I'm a opponent, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spinnies and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a paper, every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Igniter, women coming through with the sound because you carry one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. reason. You probably don't understand. That's why I got the master plan. You know the power in my hand. Sling the shit on demand. Better watch where you stand. You're flamed up and ain't chained up for nobody. They're warfare, what you know about? This ain't a rap, it's a message. Ain't a real be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. A lot of niggas infected. I came to correct. Brought a whole bunch of soldiers. Stay moving my discretion. When the rivers in the engine, all the niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get to sprinting. I demand your attention. Sorry, nigga, I ain't folding. Plus, you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Sure to check my demeanor. He's smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him, run the Seraphina. Yeah. I gotta deliver. About to have a baby, but I still wanna be. Let's get to it.
vision, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, and I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. Revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers. Hell should've never kidnapped my family. I came to do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas. Pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder. Claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit life. It ain't on who got the gun. It's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead. Just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you. You will never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%. I don't want to hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him. Just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter. God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign. Yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville. You feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game. Pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my accidents. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. Run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it. Made a bit, it's about to be a KO. Gotta do this nation, gotta stack a couple pesos. I'm about to play the picture, gotta lay on. Already turned up, took a shot at quarter lay on. Shorty say, I'm the realest that she saw. I'm just trying to run it like I'm running from the law. Cause you know I gotta get it for my children. You pre-K, bitch, we in the field. Okay, I think it's time to level up. Them niggas ain't special, bro. Them niggas just regular. Me, I'm a heavyweight, trying to run in every state. Lot of soldiers, whole lot of rank. Watch me regulate. You know we taking round, plus we ain't playing round. If the nigga ain't got the heart, tell him stand down. And put your hands down. Please, somebody call the police. It's a man down. All I wanna do is run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I ever did was run it. This one West, all of these ignorant fools and dummies. Get the fuck with all of that fake shit in that front. Got a heater like it's 100 bullets bouncing off of the drum like a punch. Hope my gas smashing this rubber. Gun sound like a stutter. You knew that the bitch a hoe and you still had to go cover. Fell out and undercover. So fuck with you bad fuckers. Got shooters flanked by the double. Look, splash brother, swoosh. Now shit knowing my name while I'm stacking my change. Never package that cocaine cause I don't touch it. Smooth. Most my people go the same, but I'm focused on making change. You a brother, so nigga, I won't fuck her. Better choose wiser. This shit look like MacGyver made these new visors. True scholars with this knowledge, yeah, my true lava. You stuck on popping collars with your new dollars. I'm just trying to separate like I got 2 islands. Run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell her run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it.
Fuck, man. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this rubber hood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let me free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No cover, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this rubber hood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let me free. Shit I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, you nigga know I'm about to bring the heat right. Shit I used to live the street light. Man, I still keep the heat tight. Now nigga all gold like a green light. They say 144, nigga, you can get it. Ain't gotta tell me twice.
Trying to stack a couple grand, get on some land, and put us on the field with the field with the mark. And you know a nigga glory, but we still keep the G on. Keep them tools on Depot. Might hit him with the Rico. Hey, hit the nigga with the Rico. Hey, so they fuck with the rap game. What you looking at me for? So I know they can't stand. That's why I keep a Glock hand. Might sip a little brain. While I'm chilling with the family. Tell them a real nigga land. Dressing all black like a band. Bitch, I ain't come to play. Bitch, I can't do that. No coming on, nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never lived from back now. I thought I'd let you know this rubber hood is a whip, and I never let it go. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coming on, nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never lived from back now. I thought I'd let you know this rubber hood is a whip, and I never let it go. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know, back and we fouled. Ain't Babylon fouled. You know the paper nigga wild. Nigga raised up, now I'm all in. And all I ever wanted.
All right, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. Started out on 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. And the ISUPK has been called and commanded to teach the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, the so-called Native American people that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's right.
And with being, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, there are some requirements that the Lord has for us. And what's going to happen is, after a while, we're going to have to understand that we can't go by the same rules as everybody else. All right. So we got a lot of equipment going on. That's the one actually that's in the back. We got a lot of equipment that's going on. We're working out some technical difficulties, and we're about to get with you real quick. And if somebody could, let me see. If somebody could get me Hebrews 5 and 12 to get the class started. Because today we in the year of our oppressor. And if you got the remote for that one over there, you can just hit the no button on the. Oh, never mind. It already cycled out. No sweat. We have to understand that this is the so-called oppressors' New Year's. That's what we have to understand. Is it actually New Year's? Is it actually a time where things begin to regenerate and things get to grow? Are the rabbits and the squirrels and the birds and the bees creating new life and being born into the world? The answer is hell no.
Right.
Because what the oppressor has given us is everything that is upside down. Right. So if I can get Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 12.
Come. This the book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 12. For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
So we're being taught every single day what is upside down versus what is actually right side up. We're being taught to be crooked versus to be straight. And what the Lord has commanded us to do as the priests and the prophets of the Most High is to go ahead and give the people the truth and show them their transgressions. Like I said, this is the oppressor's New Year. And why is New Year's currently on December or Salakia, January 1st? And if I could, how many, we got any people in the chat right now?
Come. We got just Art Paint. She said, Shalom, Most High Christ.
If anybody in the chat is hearing me and everything is Tawab, just give me a 1 in the chat, just to make sure. I believe my rib eyes are rising. It should be in there as well. Well, she could give me a 1 if everything is Tawab with the sound. I want to make sure everybody's, hearing what is being said in tonight's class. But why does the new year begin on January 1st? Does anybody know that? All right, go ahead and I'll just repeat what you're saying.
Because the god of Janus of New Year stuff.
Okay, so what the young man A said is because the god Janus. So he's absolutely right, and I'm gonna go ahead and read that for you. It looks like he was probably listening to what me and my rib was talking about a little bit earlier. So the reason why January 1st is the new year is because of a god named Janus.
Right.
The Roman Republic calendar and the Julian calendar both recognize January 1st as the beginning of the new year. Do y'all notice that during January, there's really no leaves on the trees that normally have leaves in the summer? There's really no life outside. You don't see too many things happening. You don't see insects outside. You don't see new grass growing. Does the lawn man have to cut your lawn during January 1st? No. Do you have to go outside and do any tending to your yard if you don't live in a major city that doesn't have grass? No, because there's nothing new happening. But yet and still, they're saying during where everything is dying, where everything is dead, that's the new year. And we're going to continue to read why. It says the date was chosen partly in honor of Janus, the Roman god of beginnings and the month's namesake. So Janus, January, was named after a god that our forefathers should not have been serving.
Right.
It's based off of a god that we shouldn't serve. But when that ball drops, people are outside and they celebrate. When the new year is coming, everybody is in a different spirit. They saying Happy New Year. They don't give glory to the Most High on that day because the glory is given to a false god, a vain god, the god Janus. All right, I'll continue. It says, though medieval Christians attempted to replace January 1st with more religiously significant dates, Pope Gregory created a revised calendar that officially established January 1st as the new year in 1582. So Pope Gregory was a Catholic, and he decided to, even though it is a non-biblical date for the new year, he decided to incorporate that. And why? To compromise, to get people that are outside of the fold to come in and kind of celebrate or be included in something that they're really not supposed to be included in. What it was to make January 1st a more popular day for everybody so they could come together, even though that's not what was supposed to be done. All right, if somebody could hold Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1 for me.
Come.
All right, because God didn't say the new year was on the 1st of January. That's not when God said it was. And we should be more apt to listen to the precepts of God versus the precepts of men.
Right.
Because as you can see, the way the world is going, there's a lot of, like, if you have any wisdom in your bones, you should realize that the world is going in a way that to where it's confusing. You got Donald Trump in office, who anybody with eyes and ears knows that he's a corrupt politician. You have corrupt politicians on the Democratic side. And we're wondering, why is the world the way it is? The scriptures say the world is given into the hand of the wicked, right? Without these scriptures, we wouldn't know which way to go. Without the scriptures, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans would be potentially lost for absolutely ever. But let's read when the Lord said the actual beginning of the year is, when the new year is. Let's read it. We'll start it. And there's a couple of verses I want to get. We're going to start with Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1 through 2.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month.
So Salakia, I didn't mean to cut you off. If you could just read one more time, verse 2, because we're going to get to what month is actually being discussed in these scriptures in Exodus chapter 12 and verse 2. If you could read 12 and 2 one more time.
Come. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 2. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
So this month to you shall be the beginning of months. So what does the beginning of months mean? What's that mean? That means it is the first month. That's what it means. What that means is it is the first month of the year.
Right.
So we have January, which man has said is the first month of the year. And then we have what God is going to say is the first month of the year. Let's continue. Let me get Exodus chapter 13 and verse 3.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 3. And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of the hand the Lord brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten.
So this is discussing what we should be doing as a people, but it's also giving you a little bit of a clue to what is necessary to consider something the first month of the year. Continue to read verse 4.
Come. This day came ye out in the month Abib.
The month of Abib. All right, we're gonna get one more verse and I'm gonna break Abib down for you. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 1.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, verse 1. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God. For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
Okay, so right there, we know that there are certain high holy days that are taking place during the month of Abib. We know that the month of Abib is during the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Right. We know that this is the beginning of months, meaning and signifying that it is the first month of the year, meaning it is the new year. And when in modern times would we call the month of Abib? When would that take place? I'm gonna read it for you in what's called the Blue Letter Bible. All right, because in the world you hear people say men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. Yeah. But in here we know men lie, women lie, but the scriptures don't lie.
That's right.
God does not lie.
Right.
So what we need to realize is we need to look to God, to what is actually true. All right. So the brother said the month of Abib. All right. The month of Abib in the Blue Letter Bible, when it's translated, that month takes place, it says in Exodus and Passover, and is in March or April. Okay. So the month of Abib takes place in our modern times as March or April. So are y'all hearing me?
Come.
The oppressor says January, when everything is dying. The Lord says around March and April in modern times is the month that is the beginning of months, because the calendar has changed.
Right.
When you look how everybody was living, you know, in past times before the oppressor completely took over the whole entire earth, there was not a Julian calendar that we had to subscribe to. There was not January, February, March, etc. Because a lot of those are named after gods that the Romans and the Greeks believe to be real or to have some value. But you have the oppressor telling us that we should gather together on January 1st and say Happy New Year when everything is dying. Is that not backwards?
Sir.
All right. And we gonna get into it because during the setup of class, me and Officer Locke-Rob were having a discussion about the Romans and the Greeks and what type of people they are. And today we follow their traditions, but if you look at their history, these are disgusting people. These are people that you wouldn't like. If you look at how we were in high school, you know there's a social status, this, that, and the fourth. You know that there is there's certain tables that certain people can't sit at.
Right.
If you have common sense and then you look at everything that's added up against the Romans and the Greeks, you'll realize these are people that should never be able to sit at your table. You'll realize that these are people that should never be able to consort with you. But in today's times, we follow every single thing that they say, even when it goes against God. Like, if you're in school and you see somebody drinking glue, you don't hang out with that person, right? Because I got young men in the audience right now. I got young men in these seats, and if they see somebody drinking glue, they know that I'm not consorting with this person. If they see somebody that's coming to school when they like 13 and 14 and they got their wits about them and they got the shoes on the wrong feet, nah, brother, you're gonna have to get that together before you come over here, looking foolish. But the Greeks and the Romans are a backwards people, but January 1st with these backwards people is something that we listen to, and we have to wonder why. It's because they are the devil and they are oppressors, and they have been given the whole earth. And even though they're backwards, even though they do the wrong thing, we listen to what they're saying instead of doing what's normal and what's right. I've said it like 3 or 4 times already. I said that everything is dying during the winter.
Right.
But that's the new year. New is something when something is born. I'm going to read a little bit on that definition in the Blue Letter Bible about Abib. It says fresh, young, barley ears, month of ear forming, of greening of crop, of growing green. This is like the month of Abib was when things are growing. You know, in the spring, the birds are chirping. You start hearing the birds outside like, what, 4 in the morning? That's how you know you've been at the club too long. You come home, you try to go to bed, and the birds is chirping. But these are the months, April and March, that is during the new year. If I could, if you could read Deuteronomy 16:1 one more time.
Khan. This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, verse 1. Observe the month of Abib.
Salaki, are we on mute? Nah, you good.
Nah, this not good.
All right, no sweat.
This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, verse 1. Observe the month of Abib.
Observe the month of Abib, which in common terms, in today's terms, would be March and April. And like I said, the calendar is different. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we go off of a lunar calendar, right? We go off of when the moon changes, we're able to see that is actually when the months are changing, when the days are changing, right?
Okay.
But the Greeks and the Romans, you had something you wanted to add?
Sir, just somebody in the chat, Officer Tashayim said, even how Christians break down the Bible, they use Greek theology for understanding.
That's a very heavy point, because that's the way that we have been conquered, by listening to these people. So now what Dashayim has brought up is the fact that even our souls and our spirits have been conquered by another people, because those people that do everything wrong give us our religion. So you went out during January 1st, and if you were in a certain place, I forget the place it happened. I believe it happened in the United States, but you went out and you partied in a bar, and then 40 people plus you died in that bar because it caught on fire. I believe that's in I don't want to. It's a state with an M, but somebody look that up. Look up where 40 people died in a bar on New Year's. And the reason why is you went out to that bar. It's probably overcrowded. Everybody wants to go out on these holidays that have nothing to do with the Most High, and they want to congregate where the Spirit of the Lord is not, and then terrible things happen. That's a heavy point that Officer 5000 Dashayim brought up. But the month of Abib, like I was saying, we go off of a lunar calendar, but do you know what the Greeks and the Romans did? Instead of looking at the moon and seeing it as a calendar, they looked at the stars. Instead of seeing it as a way to map out where they were going, is they made a whole entire religion out of it.
Right.
They worshiped the moon and the stars like many other people did. But why would you worship the creation instead of the creator?
Right.
That's where you start to realize that you are not logically making sense when you step back and you look and you say, well, the moon can't give me life. The sun can't give me life. God can give me life.
Right.
Salaki, hold your peace for 1 second. Salaki, you wanted to say something?
I just had that the article you was asking for. It says deadly blaze. About 40 people were killed, and around 115 others injured in a fire at a New Year's party in a Swiss ski resort bar in Montana.
Dang.
Montana. So I don't think it was a lot of brothers and sisters at you said a ski resort?
Now,
I'm not going to say brothers and sisters, though, they don't ski and they don't snowboard. I'm not going to say we don't do that, you know, but it was probably a lot of oppressors there. And unfortunately, we're not in power.
Right.
So they haven't been brought into full subjection into serving the Lord, but they will. Salaki, you had something you want to say?
No, I was saying Montana, Switzerland is definitely not going to be a lot of brothers.
You said Montana, Switzerland. Oh man, it was near the Alps. It was an absolute New Year's barbecue in that place, and the Lord was not there. And unfortunately, these things are going to continue to happen.
Right.
When the Lord is not in a place, and the Spirit of the Lord is not in a place, bad things are going to happen. When the wicked rule, the people are oppressed,
right,
and the people make bad decisions. And that's just the fact of the matter. All right. If I could, let me get Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. If I could. And as you realize, like the Passover, like I've been to Passover, you know, I've been in the truth compared to other brothers for a short time. Tragic things aren't happening at our Passover.
Right.
Because we are serving the Lord earnestly. And we are making an effort to rehearse the righteous acts. And that's what we asking brothers and sisters to do, honestly. We're not asking you to give us all your money like the church does. We're not asking you to give us your innocent children like the Catholic Church does.
Right.
We don't ask you to come and kiss a stone and then get a bump on your lip like they do over in the Arab states. What we ask you to do is to hearken unto the Lord thy God and do what he asked us to do originally, so we won't be cursed. But if you could read that verse for me.
Come. This the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
When you say that January 1st is the new year, and the Lord said that March and April is the new year, you speaking great words against the Most High.
Right.
And you have a large platform to do it. That's what the oppressor is doing. That's what the devil is doing. That's what the so-called Caucasian man is doing. And a lot of people, they see the Caucasian and then they see the Jewish man with the small hat or the big Russian looking fur hat. There's no difference between the two. One is just the chief in that tribe. One is just the person that rules over all the other white races and us included. But really, they all speak great words against the Most High. Salakia, one more time from the top if you could.
Come. This the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
The oppressor shall speak words against the Most High that reach the masses to the point to where we change the new year.
Right.
To where it's not even logical. To where when I come outside, I have to have a jacket. To where when I let my dogs out, I can't leave them out too long.
Right.
Because it's freezing outside. It's absolutely freezing. Continue.
Come. And shall wear out the saints.
They shall wear out the saints. Okay, let's see who are the saints. Let's see who was wore out for 400 years. Does anybody know who was wore out for 400 years?
Blacks, Hispanics, and natives.
Yes.
Like
Officer Azar War said the Israelites, and Lakarab said blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which is the same thing.
Right.
We were wore out. Continue.
Come. Of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
Times. The times have been changed. The time has been changed to the point to, like I said, January 1st is the new year. That is a dead giveaway. Daniel is breaking down what the oppressor would do. Daniel is letting you know and giving you clues on what is going on, who it's happening to, and who is doing it. Continue.
Come. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the slaves, the conquered, shall be given into the oppressor's hands for times. But there's going to come a time to where we no longer have to, honor Janus, to where that's going to be illegal. Right now, it's illegal for you to go to a state park and clog up the toilet. That's nonsense. Really? But yes, God. But you can sin against the Most High in this kingdom.
Right.
Something as stupid as accidentally clogging a toilet is a federal crime. But sinning against the creator of the entire world is not a global crime. I know one thing for sure. When the Israelites are empowered, when God sends Christ back, if you sin against the Most High, Officer Azar War is going to chop your head off.
Right.
That's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Let me get go ahead.
Salakia, we got Officer Dashayim in the chat. He asked if we could read Proverbs 29:2.
Proverbs 29:2. Let's get there with him.
All right, Kawakan. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. The people are going to rejoice. You're not going to be flame broiled in a building with 100 other people.
Right.
When the righteous are in order,
Read it one more time from the top.
Kawakan, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
The people rejoice. Do you think the Palestinians are rejoicing right now? When turbans and pampers are flying in the air from warheads hitting and desecrating buildings? Do you think the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that are in the ghettos and the barrios and the reservations, do you think our people are actually happy about what's happening? Man, we don't know what to do. We're turned upside down. One more time from the top.
Kawakan, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
The people are going to rejoice. Even the people that aren't going to have salvation like we are going to have salvation are going to rejoice. And just a little lesson on what salvation is. Salvation is being saved from the hand of your oppressor and all that hate you. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the people that are hated around the entire world. I saw something on Instagram where there was some Korean or Japanese lady, and forgive me, I don't know the difference sometimes, but she had a camera up and she was saying nigga, 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 nigga in a Chinese accent. We don't even have protection from somebody like that.
Right.
Because you know what? The wicked rule. One more time from the top.
Kawakan.
And that you, Salakia, you can tell the people one more time where we at.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
And the people mourn. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are really in mourning, no matter how many Christmas gifts you got. If you're a black person, you got a family member on crack right now. If you're a Hispanic person, you got family members that are being snatched up by ICE. And if you're a Native American, you got people that are absolutely drunk out of their mind on that reservation in absolute pain. And our people are in mourning. And that's not something we should be dealing with. We are the greatest people on earth, according to the Bible. We are the people that the Lord chose that are supposed to be above all people. But right now, the righteous aren't ruling. Right now, the wicked get to tell us what God we should serve. Even a fake God like Janus with two heads. Even a fake God like Janus that has two heads facing the opposite way. One old, one new, because they said he's looking in the past and the present at the same time. A God that don't exist. No, we gonna get to it because I'm gonna bring him up. No sweat. All right. Let me tell you about New Year's, what it was like for black people. The dread of New Year's pre-1863 for black people was something terrible. I'm gonna read why. It says it was called hiring day. New Year's Day marked the start of new contracts. And we're talking about when black people were slaves, when Native Americans were made to be slaves, when Mexicans were made to be slaves, because everybody I named, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are a conquered people.
Right.
Before any oppressor set foot on this land, Mexicans ruled, Native Americans ruled, blacks ruled. But now there's something called hiring day that was put in by the oppressor. And it says New Year's Day marked the start of new contracts, meaning owners, slave masters, often sold or rented enslaved people to settle debts, leading to sudden family separations. What you think that was like?
Yeah.
If your father was a slave and you were black, which you're going to be a slave in the time I'm talking about, man, master rented you out to somebody else. And unfortunately, the place you went might be like Epstein Island. It might be like a Diddy party with all white faces. And you are being subject to unspeakable things. And I know now in times when you look on YouTube, you mention Epstein Island, you mention a Diddy party, it might sound funny, but man, that is not funny.
Right.
Because a young boy of the ages between 8 and 14, maybe even 17, is being sold to somebody that he doesn't know. And that oppressor that looks at that man like that, that boy like he's an animal, is going to treat him as such, like property. We the greatest people on earth. How did we come to be treated like property? Because we served other gods that we shouldn't have been serving. That's why. The article continues to say the week between Christmas and New Year's was filled with worry about being sold away from loved ones. They even called it Heartbreak Day. New Year's Day was called Heartbreak Day. This term reflected the immense pain and fear of family desolation on January 1st, when new arrangements began. If you got the spirit of a warrior, and young man, pay attention, you need to hear this, young man, Ace. If you got the spirit of a warrior, if you got the spirit of the Lord on you, you should remember what I just told you. Hiring day, anxiety for the slaves, heartbreak day. And you should never let this oppressor trick you into not only serving another God, but enriching their pockets. Don't go to the bars and fill up the places. Salakia? Oh, no sweat, no sweat. The water, sir. Don't go to these different places and enrich the pockets of our oppressor that did this to us. Honor your forefathers and your foremothers that suffered on Heartbreak Day, that suffered on Hiring Day, and serve the Lord. Wouldn't that be a great thing to do? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are oppressed. Right. What you hear in our music? The ops, this, that, and the fourth. I gotta spin the block. They got to take your girl. But what about the war that should be in your heart for the oppressor? Right. Just to do the work of the Lord, thy God, that you could do so much good, that you could do what the Lord asked you to do, to the point to where it would provoke Christ to destroy your enemies. It would provoke the Most High God to bring desolation to the very oppressor that oppressed you. Because really, we think now because we have a PlayStation, we think now because we have a car, an Xbox, we got a gold chain, that we're living good. Like, it's not living good to live under a oppressor that can come to your neighborhood, shine a light in your face and tell you to either go in your house or can say, let me search your car. It's not good for the oppressor to be able to have a clandestine agency to put crack cocaine in your neighborhoods and run operations on you, to where a lot of our people end up dead or in jail. We're not living good. Let me continue. I heard Captain Cesariak break this down, and I ain't gonna keep everybody long tonight, because I know it's wings that brothers want to get to. I know it's nice warm beds that brothers got to get to, because I know brothers gotta go to work in the morning. The presser gave us today off, right? We don't like a Rob said, he his own boss. But I'm not gonna hold everybody long, but I will say this. The black traditions, and Captain Zariak had brought this out while talking to a lost brother named, what's his name, Marquette, that a lot of our culture and our traditions are based in Eurocentric oppression, right? Let me read to y'all some of the traditions that we have for New Year's. Black people eat black-eyed peas on New Year's for good luck and prosperity and health. For good luck? Man, listen, man. When Ahmaud Arbery was outside playing, he didn't have good luck. It ain't enough black-eyed peas in the world to get a cop from not assaulting you with a weapon. It's not enough luck on earth to have your family be off crack cocaine and just crack. What is enough is the Most High God, to serve him and do what he's asking you to do. But we have these traditions on New Year's that mean nothing and further push us down. You know what else black people were doing during the New Year? They were cooking with pork, like ham and ham hocks, and it signifies forward movement to black people. And they called it pork for progress. Y'all hearing what I'm saying? Something the Most High told us not to do. It's called pork for progress. We cook black-eyed peas for luck when they brought us no luck. Because back in the day, they cooked black-eyed peas in the hope of their family not being sold to the slaves. And we carry them traditions till today. I still know sisters that cook Black Eyed Peas on New Year's, like it means something. Man, that don't mean nothing.
Right.
It's not going to stop a brother from being misguided from coming through and just putting bullets on the whole block. You had something you wanted to say?
Sir, I was just wondering, isn't luck something like an Irish thing?
It is, but it's also a Greek and a Roman god.
Okay.
It's also a Greek and a Roman god. We still serving other gods and wondering why we in the condition that we in.
Right.
When we can be as cool as ever. Like back in the day, I don't know if this is still a term, but I got a lot of young men in the chairs right now. We called it being fly. What y'all call it today? Go ahead.
Cool.
Cool. Well, what you call it, Ace? We called it cool back in the day too. What you call it?
Fine.
Fire. Like you can be all that without serving other gods and doing absolute nonsense. Cam too cool to even give it a term. He said Cam said it's called Cam. Go ahead, sir.
If I get a preset for what you said about why we dying.
No sweat.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. It say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Because you served other gods, because you made the oppressor your God, you were put in slavery. And then while you were put in slavery, you cooked black-eyed peas and pork, still serving other gods and breaking the laws of the Most High. Salakia, if you could, if you got something to say, if you don't mind coming up to the stage, because I want people to hear everybody's voice in here. You can just move it a little bit away from me.
If I could, I didn't even know like the Black Eyed Peas was an actual thing.
Right.
It's funny that you said that because I had a conversation with my sister earlier, and she's like, New Year's, we're cooking Black Eyed Peas and today. I'm like, dang, I didn't even know that thing until you actually said something.
Right. Salakia, but I didn't know it was a thing until, my rib had told me. Until somebody had put it in the chat a couple of years back. Because we have traditions, and I was talking to my parents about this before I had left, for class. And I said, a lot of our traditions are rooted in oppression.
Right.
And I was telling my father and my mother about Black Eyed Peas. And I said one of our traditions was to cook pork. And then my father blurted out, he said, well, pork is something that we were forced to eat. And I said, well, Pops, that is literally proof of it being an oppressive thing that is rooted in our culture and is rooted in us till this day. Even though we're not being forced to do it, we still do it till this day.
You know what?
If somebody could get Officer Azar Ward a mic, what we could actually do is oh, you just gonna walk up?
Yeah.
All right, no sweat. Y'all hold tight for Big Priest.
Hey, hey, man, it's crazy that you say that, right? It's like, because, there's a scripture that kind of goes, I don't know if he's going to go into Galatians 4:8.
We could go there right now.
Let's go there real quick.
Because I got a lot of scriptures.
This is one of my favorites. It's two major scriptures that really woke me up in this truth to show me how Christianity and how different nations is in the Bible and how we showed it. And how we supposed to keep the law.
Right.
And this was one of them when I came across this one. Go ahead.
Khan, this is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 8. Mm-hmm. Howbeit, then, when ye knew not God, ye did service unto them which by nature are no God.
So, just like you just said, man, like when we was in slavery, we were forced to do these things.
Right.
We were forced to keep these traditions.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? But we ain't know no better, or we wasn't known of them, whatever have you. Our heritage was stripped from us.
Right.
And we was forced to do these things. Go ahead.
Khan. But now, after that, ye have known God.
Now you know better.
Or rather are known of God.
Right.
How turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage?
You desire to be in bondage.
Damn.
You would rather celebrate these things that was at one time forced upon you.
Right.
You was forced to celebrate Christmas,
Right.
forced to celebrate New Year's.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And you had to do it because they put the whip to your back.
Right.
They put that heavy chain around your neck, and they said you better do it, and you did it. Now you ain't got to do it. Now you can actually serve the Most High. Y'all hear me, young man? Now you can actually keep the law, statutes, commandments. You can have a Hanukkah.
Right.
You can have Feast of Tabernacles. You can do what you're supposed to do according to the will of the Most High, and you would rather get a gift from a fat white man coming down a damn chimney. You rather believe that you ain't even got a chimney in your house, and you rather believe somebody coming down a daggone chimney with some daggone flying reindeer. You see what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Why do we seek to be in bondage?
Right.
Go ahead, give me some more.
Khan.
Salakia.
No, you too wild, sir. We on verse 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ye observe days.
You observe birthdays.
And months.
You observe freaking January 1st.
Damn.
Go ahead.
And times.
Uh-huh.
And years.
And years. You observe all these things that the oppressor has put upon you. Go ahead.
Khan. I am afraid of you.
The Most High is afraid of you because he's giving you these things to make you above everything, to make you rulers of this earth.
Right.
But you would rather be on the bottom as a nation. I'm afraid of you. Go ahead.
Lest I have bestowed upon you labor in vain.
You love punishment. You love this punishment. He like, dang, I'm whipping the heck out of my people and they still not getting it. I'm afraid. I will never be able to put enough on this people to make them turn and follow me.
Come on, sir.
That's all I got to say.
Hey, if I could, just real quick, what Officer Isaiah Ward is bringing out is so heavy because it's like when a dog, it's like literally when a dog, that's what you was about to read?
I had a different precept.
It's like when a dog knows the right thing to do and does wrong and throws up and then eats it again. That's in the scriptures. It's like when you're punishing a dog for defecating or urinating in the house and they looking at you crazy because they're like, what did I do wrong? The Lord is looking at it like that, like you don't know what you're doing wrong. You gonna keep serving the same gods of the same people who I told you were better than?
Right.
January 1st is not the holiday or the new year to be celebrating, but we're keeping that and we're cooking pork against the Lord. We're cooking black eyed peas to symbolize luck. Ain't no such thing as luck. Either the Lord is with you or he ain't.
Sir.
You had something you wanted to bring out?
Khan.
No sweat.
This is just a precept for what the brothers was pulling out. And this is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 8. Salakia,
no sweat. Hey, Salakia, Officer Michael Ward, if you could, Baba Kashah, could you see me one more time? Wow.
Sweat.
It's the John on the bottom joint.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 8. It says, now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not, unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
Salakia, that's no, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Salakia.
That's happening right now.
Listen, man. What the brother is saying is so heavy.
Comments, if you could.
It's definitely some comments I was going to wait.
What the brother is saying is so heavy because all last night, right? I come downstairs. I got my mother-in-law in town, right? So they had to. She had to get a little. She ain't go to the watch night service.
Watch night. I remember that.
That's what they call it. They call it the watch night.
Man, I wanted to go to DC and go to the club. Watch night. What's that?
Watch night. They had the watch night service. You know what I'm saying? And they going to bring out the story of Exodus. And I said, mind you, they watching this on TV. I was like, man, I'm going upstairs. I ain't watching that. But son was like, no, stick around for a second. You know, they turned that whole thing about the Lord is behind you.
What?
That's what he was. That's what his message was. The Lord is behind you. And I said, he behind you, huh? I said, you know, y'all got some ditty stuff going on.
Right.
In the daggone church. Y'all just want to hear. And this dude was halfway flaming.
Oh, word.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? He had,
I want to say a term I used to hear on New York radio.
what was that?
I think it was Star and Buck Wild. He used to say, I can't say it because I don't want to get us clipped.
Oh, man.
He used to call him half a H word. Half a H. Half a.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's basically what he was. And it's like, you can't sit here and tell them that, you know, when the Most High got angry and how he destroyed them, made them drink the daggone idol for disobeying.
Right.
They would rather sit there and make that story about how your blessing is on the way, how this is going to be a wonderful year for you. You don't realize what happened, bro, during that time? They want to hear smooth things.
Right.
They want to hear, I'm getting a blessing. They want to hear that whole story wasn't about the Most High delivering us with his hand. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear that he's going to protect you from all the sin you want to do.
Right.
Because that's what they want to hear. They want to continue in their sin. You freaking Black Eyed Peas. And they killed. It was like, it's crazy because today I had another family that visited, and that's all they was talking about today, what they was going to be cooking for their family. And Black Eyed Peas came up. Yeah, because, you know, we got to have a Black Eyed Peas.
You see Locker Rob, he's smiling, he laughing now.
Like, that's crazy.
Salakia, what happened with you? Somebody was...
Somebody was saying they was cooking Black Eyed Peas. And just like the brother said, I didn't know anything about it having anything to do with New Year's or luck or anything. I just thought that it was Black Eyed Peas in the pot.
Right. It's going in the trash if you bring it to my house.
Man,
right.
Good night.
Because I would rather serve the Lord
Damn right.
than to serve you or your foolish beliefs. It's going in. It's not even going in the trash in the house.
Right.
It's going in the trash that's already outside. Because I can't bring that. What the scripture say? As for me and my house,
we will what?
We will serve the Lord.
That's
right.
Because the scriptures say, don't fear those who kill the body,
Right.
but fear those, and I'm paraphrasing, fear those who can kill the spirit and the body.
Right.
Right. That's what it say. Right.
Honestly.
So I can't worry about a bad look from somebody because I don't necessarily want to serve the oppressive gods of, you know, the devil. But go ahead. You had something you wanted to get into?
Sir, I just wanted to read some of these comments.
No sweat. You could put them. Matter of fact, you know how to put the comments on the screen.
Yeah, Sir. You go up there, right?
The whole thing, like the whole line. Look, there's a go to the comments, and then there's a little drawing right there. Oh, let me see. I got you. It's right.
Oh, water. All right, so we got Izara Raka.
Who that?
Jared.
Okay, Most High Christ.
She said it's so heavy. She said it's so heavy because pork was what we were forced to eat in slavery. How is eating it today progress? Seems more like an anchor.
Damn, that's heavy. Sis heavy with that.
Right, concert.
I might have to get her some flowers for that. That was heavy. Most High Christ. Why are we still eating slop?
Right.
Why are we still eating things that are filled with worms? Yo, Locker Rob is one of the healthiest researching brothers I know.
Right.
And he could tell you all of the different things that pork has in it, and it ain't no good.
Yeah, and Salakia, if anybody knows anything about sports, that means it got things in it that cannot, like it got bacteria that
Can't
won't
be cooked
go away.
out, right?
It won't be cooked away.
No matter what temperature.
No matter what.
Put it in a volcano,
So
you still gonna get sick.
It lays dormant until it gets in you.
Like a demon.
Right. Yeah, concert. And then we got Officer Tashayam. He said that glow, and then he said watch night was crazy.
Watch night.
And then we got Kana. She said vein customs.
Damn right.
And that's about it for now. We got some other comments, but it's not really nothing.
Most High Christ. The water for commenting. If y'all could like, share the video, and let your peoples know, you know, what we teach in the ISUBK, because without the truth going forward, without brothers and sisters sacrificing, their time, their funds, you know, the word of the Lord would be stifled,
Right.
you know, by the oppressor. But because we're being obedient to the Most High, it's getting out there. We don't the scriptures say that? Salakia, get me right. Hold on. Let me get this real quick. And Michael Ward, you had something you wanted to bring out?
Yeah.
If you could, you can come right up to the mic, and I'm gonna get the other mic for us next week.
Slacking, sir, because it's so crazy. I was talking to one of my clients. I want to say today, and he was basically saying I was basically saying like how it don't make no sense for us to be still feeding into these holidays and,
Right.
and these things if we already know they made up and they so fake. Because he was bringing up they clone Tyrone and stuff like that. So I was like, so if we was to have our own, if America was to give us 15% of this land and we was to do our own thing, he was like, man, if black people had their own 15% of the land, it wouldn't last a day.
He said that?
He said that straight
Why?
up.
Why?
And look, this is why he said that. He said because
Was he black?
he was black.
Go ahead. The next time a brother says that, ask him, why would you be one of the ones that destroyed it?
Right.
No, I mean, listen.
Right.
You should ask that brother, would you be one of the ones that would pull us down?
Now he knowing who he is and what he do. I mean, he make a decent living. You know what I mean? He owned a couple properties. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So he one of those that's up there. He up
Yeah.
there. So he was like, cause don't no nigga want to see another nigga have something that he don't have. He said once you put 50 niggas in a room and you got a nigga that got more than another nigga in that room,
He said this?
you're right.
Good night.
Salakia, if I may.
If you could, sir.
Let me tell you something, man.
If you got, they might not be able to hear you.
That's the
I'm
problem.
gonna get that other mic next week.
Yeah, no sweat. That's the problem with our brothers in the world. You know what I mean? He can say that because he's not in this truth. He hasn't seen true brotherhood. I know exactly what he's saying.
Right.
I was in the world too. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to build with people out there, and I was bringing a whole bunch in and wasn't getting no returns. You know what I mean? But when you come into this truth, you understand the first thing is brotherhood is a weapon.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? And when you understand that thing, then you can see how amazing it is, how amazing brotherhood is.
If I could.
Salaki, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's true, because when you got that fresh pair of Timbs,
Right.
and I was still wearing lugs, man, I wasn't jealous. I was happy for you. I knew I was gonna get me a fresh pair of Timbs soon.
Damn right. Yeah, you funny. Lugs. He's wearing the joint with the fur on him. But I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, like, I've been in a room full of 50 brothers. And I've been in a room full of 1,000 brothers.
Right.
And I can tell you that all of us was magnifying each and everybody for what they bought. Like, oh, that brother, he's sharp, he's killing it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We was bigging up one another. You know what I'm saying? When you in the world, yeah, it's crabs in the barrel, because just like in the Christian church, they teach you about that neighbor.
Hold on, I got Salakia. Salakia, sir. Salakia. If you want to keep going, because
no, you got it. You got it, man. Let me I'm gonna step away from you.
I'm gonna have to skip down to something. The reason why brothers are like that is because the oppressor has made everything for us something that is to be fought over. It's like there can't be more than one great black person. Do you ever notice that social engineering has got us even on social media showing the fact where they'll put 4 comedians on it, they'll put 4 actors or 4 athletes, and they'll say one has to go. Why can't all of them stay? Black people contribute to a lot of great things in this world. Most of what's great as far as when it comes to entertainment. Most of what's great when it comes to inventions. But one must go. Wouldn't that be foolish if we had Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John and we talk about all of their accounts and we say one must go.
Good night.
No, they all bringing good stuff to the table. That's not something that I see in the forefront of white culture.
Right.
But if you got some comedians like what's his name, Kevin Hart, you got Bernie Mac, you got Martin Lawrence, you got Eddie Murphy, you're gonna see them on a grid picture, and it's gonna say one must go, because we have been conditioned and continue to be conditioned to be crabs in a barrel.
Right.
When crabs shouldn't be in a barrel in a first place.
Right.
We shouldn't be in that barrel. The oppressor has done everything in their power to make things be some sort of Hunger Games, to where we have to fight over everything, where I don't got to be jealous of my brother, because my brother is going to help me get where I need to be. I'm going to help him get to where he need to be.
Right.
If my brother does something amazing, I look at that and I say, man, I could be amazing. I got a brother, right now in the ISUPK that makes a hell of a good song every single time. My man, Quatazar Karab. I don't get jealous when that brother makes a song. It inspires me to like, damn, I want to make songs again too. Because brothers and sisters in the ISUPK are being taught that brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon, and we don't have to be crabs in a barrel. One doesn't have to go. We can all stay and work together. So that's a heavy point you brought out. You had something you wanted to say?
Sir, I just got a precept for what you just said, and it's in the book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 1. It says, "Behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity." So it's kind of heavy what you're saying, like how in the world we taught it's crabs in a barrel, we just pull each other down, but in the truth, we're taught, hey, we could draw together in unity. We could draw together in harmony. We could lift each other up. You feel me? So it's like the spirit that's in the world and the spirit that's in the truth is completely different. And a lot of people don't understand that, so they judge it. You feel me? Or they try to get away from it.
Damn right. Let me get something for y'all real quick. Michael Ward, you had something you wanted to bring out?
Salagia, sir. I just wanted to bring out too. I understood his spirit too a little bit. Like he a Muslim. So I'm like, that's not what they're taught in the first place. They're not taught anything about unity or brotherhood or anything like that. It's all about the individual. So I that's why I let him have his talk, and say what he wanted to say about it. And I was just taking in more so his thought and like how he's thinking, because this is how he moving. He answered it arrogantly and cocky. Like, listen, man, niggas is never gonna come together. Ever. We gonna always be scavengers. Survival of the fittest type.
Yeah, because to him, he not a nigga.
Right.
A nigga is somebody that lives in the hood.
Right.
They live in the boroughs, but he lives in a nice neighborhood.
Right.
He got a nice car, so he's not one of us.
He the crab that fell out of the basket and made it out of the basket.
He's saying you niggas is never gonna get it right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we all know that that's the only way we gonna get the kingdom.
Right.
The only way we gonna get the kingdom is when we stop caring about ourselves and start caring about us as a nation.
Damn right. And if I could, brothers have to stop being so jealous of other brothers when it comes to women.
Good.
We got to stop doing that. There in the U.S., there's about 21 million black women. That's too many for King Solomon.
Right.
You gonna be jealous because a brother got a woman? There are women across the United States that are eligible and single. Don't get so caught up in being jealous of your brother. And I know we getting a little off topic. We're gonna get back to it. I'm gonna let Laka Rob rock. All right, but Salaki, Laka Rob, you still be able to put those pictures up for me? Most High Christ. Go ahead.
Hey, Salaki, I just got another precept just for what you just said.
No sweat.
About brothers desiring another man's rib. You know that the Bible say don't desire another man's dainties.
Right.
I mean,
that's what Diddy was doing.
Not the dainties.
Oh, excuse me. That's what they was doing for Diddy, and then they ended up sore when they woke up.
Good night.
Salaki. Ended up sore. Don't do that because, I make jokes about it, but don't end up, whether you in the truth or in the world, letting yourself make a sound that sounds like, and you're not using your mouth. Don't let that happen to you. Salak.
Hey, yo. All right, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23.
I won't do it no more. I got an order. I won't do it no more. But that was Salaki. Isn't that a striking, fearful thing to happen to a man that's supposed to be upright?
Right, concert.
I don't want that. I don't want that for none of my brothers. I don't want it unto death. Don't desire something to where you corrupt your soul.
Right.
Salaki, go ahead, sir.
Salaki, Tyler Perry got a case pending now.
He has a case pending.
Concert.
Salaki.
He got a couple.
You said don't do it, but can I just do it one more class in the future? Just one more. Just one more. Because we got a brother that spoke out against Commanding General Yohana, and he makes that noise without his mouth open. The brother had his hind parts parted like the Red Sea.
Oh, man.
And you got the nerves to come up against Commanding General Yohana and the ISUPK? Salaki.
Right.
Go ahead. Salaki. Just one more time, please. For next class, can I say it just one more time? No?
Next class.
Next, and I'll leave it.
I won't be here.
I'll leave
I won't be here for it.
leave it alone after that.
All right. This is the precept for the brother saying that you shouldn't want another brother's wife, or you shouldn't want anything that another brother has in that regard. You feel me? So this is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 3.
Right.
It says, "Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat." That's it.
Most High in Christ, what the brother is bringing out is heavy. I'm not going to go too far into it, but I do want to say, in this time and day that we're living in, there's something called capitalism.
Right.
There's something to where the saying is, if it makes money, it makes sense. And that's the reason why Black people have fallen so far behind, because we don't have any morals to look at. Just because you make money, a brother or a sister will look at you like you're something, and you're a man and you wear pearls in a dress.
Right.
Lil Nas X looks crazy. Lil Uzi Vert looks crazy. That brother is running around looking like something out of, like, I don't even know, a horror film. Yeah, he's looking like a transformer.
Concert.
Salakia. But let's get back to it. So we left off before we started, giving the precepts about Black traditions. It says, the last thing I read was about the pork and the black-eyed peas.
Right.
They were Black people were cooking pork for progress, and these traditions are rooted, like I said, in oppression. These traditions with the black-eyed peas are rooted also in other gods, luck, and prosperity. I'm gonna read it one more time so we could bring it back home. It says some Black traditions, like black-eyed peas, were eaten and cooked on New Year's Day for luck and prosperity and health. Luck and prosperity, to serve that or think you can put that in some type of token, is serving another god. It says luck comes from the Germanic root of good fortune. Not directly a god, but ancient cultures often personified luck in goddesses, like the Roman god Fortuna, also called Lady Luck, and the Greek Tyche, linking it to fate, harvest, and prosperity. Luck and prosperity, in this sense, when you bring it into a token, is a whole nother god. And then we looking at pork for progress. Let me get Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7, if I could. Pork for progress. That sounds like something Barack Obama would have said.
We need pork for progress.
And he would have had his hands like this. Yeah. And he would have said, you eat that ham hock so that you can have prosperity. But you're going to get worms. You're going to get worms, and then those worms are going to be in that bar with 40 other people getting sizzled, and they still not going to die. They're gonna wait for the next host. That's what's gonna happen. You there with me? Leviticus 11 and 7. I'm gonna have to save the rest for this next class. Good Lord.
Khan, it's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
The pork is unclean to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And they talking about pork for progress. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. That was a law that was given. That is a Levitical law. If you break the law of the Most High, they say it's a sinner. If you break the law of the United States in any state, you are a criminal. So you're a criminal unto the Most High if you break his laws.
Right.
Let's go ahead and read Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
Khan, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you don't listen to the laws of the Most High God, if you want to serve Janus, if you want to eat pork, if you want to, disrespect a brother and try to sleep with his wife, go ahead.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
The curses that came upon us was slavery.
Right.
The curses that came upon us was our children being sold unto other nations and us longing to see them back, but they weren't. I got my son. I got my rib. I don't want my son or my rib to be sold into slavery.
Right.
I don't want that to happen. Not even sold into slavery, because if you think about it, ICE, we don't even consider that slavery.
Right.
That's modern day slavery.
Sir.
They are being sold into pretty much concentration camps to do slave labor. And we're not even really talking about it. My rib and my son, they look like the Hispanic tribes. And unfortunately, and my son's looking like, what? I'm a black man. No, yes, you are, but you look like the Hispanic tribes. We all the same, but you look a little, a little suavemente. But what I will say is this: we should serve the Lord so we don't have to continue to worry about those things.
Right.
They said pork for progress, but the Lord said, if you break my laws, you're going to face curses. We haven't had progress as a black people. So why are we continuing to carry these traditions?
Right.
Black people suffer inordinately from homelessness. We suffer from abortion. And when I say inordinately, for our numbers, we make up too many people. From hate crimes, there are people around the world, abroad and here, that afflict us with hate crimes, police brutality, poverty. Black women just lost their jobs at an alarming rate when Trump got into office. But y'all still want to cook black-eyed peas and think that's going to work? Luck and prosperity, when that's a whole nother God, when that's a deity of our oppressor, the same oppressor that fired you, his forefathers served those gods. That's what you want to do? Violence in our communities. We get so caught up in this oppressor's world that we afflict ourselves. The divorce rate is up since we came together with this oppressor. Since what's it called? With desegregation, the divorce rate went up. Us knowing how to read has went down. Black men in prison has went up. The black STD rate has went up, but we're still cooking on New Year's Eve black-eyed peas for prosperity and luck. There is no luck. If I roll the dice, if I cast lots, man, it's just happened to happen, or the Lord was with me. It has nothing to do with luck. Luck is not a lady. You know what Lucky's going to get you? Lucky is going to have you at a bar. If you made it out that bar with them 40 people, I hate to keep bringing it back to this, but you left that bar early and you got an STD with somebody. That's what happened. You saved yourself from burning in the bar, but you was burning in the bedroom now. Salakia. Go ahead. And if you could check the comments too. Oh, Most High in Christ.
And Salakia, that just goes to show how like the commandments is life.
Damn
You
right.
feel me? Like how keeping the law is a lamp.
It is.
You mean, because if you know sex is marriage, when you in that bar, you ain't just looking to just grab a sister up and slash her.
You ain't trying to hit any old thing.
Right.
You know that this person has the potential to be the woman that's going to carry your kids.
Concert.
So you don't want loose Lucy from the bar. You want somebody that's not going to give you hell and
Right.
take half of your money after you get them pregnant, and possibly give you unspeakable burning. Good night, Salaki. We got children in the room. Y'all need to stop it.
You get the thing that this don't ever leave.
It don't ever leave.
You get the forever disease.
It might live in your bones when you bury it.
You get that nasty women's disease.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Salakia, it's crazy too because the scriptures say it. He said, "I'll give you an itching and a burning."
And a burning.
The scriptures are so vivid.
You don't want
Yeah,
that.
it is.
You don't want that. I see Cam. He like, I don't
He said
want that.
inflammation.
Go ahead.
It's like if I get Ecclesiasticus 3:1.
Ecclesiastes 3:1. Let's get it. Let's get it for our one.
Just this right here should just put it plainly, because you said it a couple times, and this right here, you know, you worried about prosperity report. You worried about
Prosperity pork is
Yeah.
crazy.
You worried about doing these things so that you can, you know, get the things that you want. This right here puts it very plainly. Go ahead.
You said Ecclesiasticus or Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiasticus.
3:1.
Yeah, 3:1.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear me, your father.
Hear me, your father. It's the Most High. Hear me, your father. Go ahead.
O children,
Old children. The children is who?
Israel,
It's us. Go ahead.
and do thereafter.
And do thereafter.
That,
So when he's saying, hear me, that means I'm telling you the law
right,
and do the law. Go ahead.
that ye may be safe.
You mean what?
That ye may be safe.
Say it one more time.
That ye may be safe.
Man, that's all you need.
Safe.
That's all you need. That you may be safe. You ain't got to worry about getting fired from your job. Why? Because you're doing the law, statute, commandments.
Right.
You ain't got to worry about somebody killing your child. Why? Because you're doing the law, statutes, commandments.
Right.
You ain't got to worry about anything because you ain't even got to worry about death because you're doing the law, statutes, and commandments.
Damn right.
You're safe.
It be too hard though, don't it?
You got it.
Don't they say that nobody can keep the commandments? And then you even got Jewish men arguing with Captain Tazariak saying, well, can you keep all 613?
Shut your mouth.
Can a man do that?
Can you eat a cheeseburger?
Right though. Could you get if you could, let me get
That's some dumb stuff, man.
let me see. Where was I going to go?
That wasn't the first time I heard that either.
Corinthians chapter 10, 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. If you could just hold that, and then I know you was holding something that you wanted to say too. No? Okay, go ahead.
But it was just for what he.
No, go ahead. And then we can read 1 Corinthians after that.
Oh, so like the art concert. I was just gonna bring a precept for what he said about you don't really have to worry about when you pass away if you keep in the commandments, or you don't really have to worry about fear and death, because the scriptures say the saints shall find peace in the day of their death.
Damn right.
Let me find it real quick. It's like
That's a heavy point. That's something that the Christian church doesn't teach.
They terrifying.
The Christian church teaches that when we pass away and when we die, we go up to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go up to heaven and we're there up in the sky in the clouds like they believe,
right,
then what's happened in Revelations when it says New Jerusalem comes down and heaven's on earth? Are those people going to take that long pearly stairway back down? No, because there's a misconception. Like Christians really believe in Zeus. They believe in Archimedes.
They believe in heavenly birthdays.
Absolutely. They believe in Janus. They believe in all of these gods that the Greeks and the Romans talked about, which we're going to discuss before we get out of here. We ain't going to be too much longer. I know that the young men in here, they trying to get back to the Xboxes and the Switches, not the Switches on the Glock. We talking about the Nintendo ones. But they trying to get back to those, the PlayStations and all that. Just so they can get online and lose on 2K and Call of Duty. It's all right.
Khan, this the book of Psalms, chapter 116 and verse 14. It says, I will pay my vows unto the Lord now in the presence of all his people. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. And it's like it didn't say it like I quoted it, but the saints is not going to have, it was a direct scripture that said that. I can't find it at this moment.
No sweat.
But this one, it stays the same thing.
No sweat. If you could, can you bring up the picture of the god Saturn? I just want to show black people what they worshipped. I want black people to see what they worshipped in spirit and in falsehood and in vanity. Because
Saturn or Janus?
Saturn. We're gonna go to Saturn first, and then we're gonna go to Janus. And I'm matter of fact, we're gonna go Saturn. Then I want to see I believe it's Artemis. So y'all look at that screen real quick. Young man, look at that screen.
Ew.
That's Christmas.
Ew.
Let me read something for y'all. That's the god Saturn. Right now he's eating his son. Because Saturn, the myth has it with Saturn is that he had a prophecy that was told to him that one of his sons was going to take over him and no longer allow him to rule. So he went and ate all his children. But let me read y'all something. You listening, young man? Ace, pay attention.
Yo, that's you got it.
That's great.
You sure, sir?
Yeah, I was just gonna bring out this. I'll say it real quick. Salakia. It's crazy that you said that he killed all his sons. That's what he did.
All his children.
All his children. Well, we say here, and we want to say that Christmas is Jesus is the reason for the season.
Right.
Right. But don't they understand that when Christ was born, King Herod killed all the firstborn?
Yes, he did.
Boys.
He tried. He tried to get Christ.
Yeah, he tried to get him. Why? And why is that? For the same reason that this God killed his sons.
Damn right. That's a heavy point. That is a
I
heavy
didn't even know that about this one right
Yes, the god Saturn. Christmas is a hodgepodge or a combination of many different pagan holidays, and one of them is called Saturnalia, which is the worship of the god Saturn. In this picture, and I'm gonna tell you who painted this exact one because there's different variations of this picture. It says Christmas, which is really just a combination of pagan holidays disguised as celebrating the birth of Christ. It says the modern Christmas celebration is widely understood as incorporating traditions from the older pagan winter solstice festivals. So you know how we've been talking about the people that we've been serving. We've been talking about the people that are our oppressors. This is what they serve, and then they incorporated and tricked us into believing that we were celebrating the birth of Christ on December 25th, when really this is what they actually believe in. This. Me and Lakarai was having a conversation earlier about what the Greeks and the Romans did, and if you could you tell us what you told me about the Greeks? It was the Romans, Salakia, which is they one and the same. One just ruled after the other. But if you could,
Sir, it's a if you know, you know. But the Romans used to use urine to brush their teeth because it contains something that makes your teeth whiter.
Why in the hell would you brush your teeth with piss?
Right.
Why in the hell would you serve a God that is eating its own son?
Right.
Why?
Customs.
I got brothers raising their hand. That's rhetorical.
Hey, Salakia too, if I may.
Go ahead.
And it just goes to show when the scripture says the customs of the people are vain.
Vain and false. Brushing your teeth with urine. If I'm not mistaken, it said animal urine as well, right?
Salakia.
Like, this is what we are currently doing. We are worshiping the gods of people that brush their teeth with pee. We are serving the gods of people that brush their teeth with piss. Young man Ace got something. I hope it pertains to the class. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring out that looks a lot like Santa. Same way here, no wonder he all fat.
Okay, thank the water. Thank you. He said that looks like Santa. I'm glad he's making the connection of, an oppressor that looks crazy.
Right.
All right. But Saturnalia is the actual holiday that happened around December 25th. I'll read a little bit more. It says, the modern Christmas celebration is widely understood as incorporating traditions from older pagan winter solstice festivals, like the Roman Saturnalia and Germanic Yule, which celebrated the rebirth of the sun. That's what Black people are celebrating. If I could you get Diana up on the screen? And let me get Acts 21. Oh, Salakia, Acts 19 and 21. This Acts, where is Acts 19 and 21 at? Where's that at? As far as testaments are concerned in the Bible. That's the New Testament, right?
That's right. You said Acts what?
Acts 19 and 21. And let's get Diana. Let's get her up on the screen. Another false god of our oppressor. And another, not indignation, but another, clue that we shouldn't be serving these other gods. All right, whenever you can get her on the screen, I know we're on a delay as far as what I'm seeing. And matter of fact, for time's sake, we're just going to read. We're not going to go to 21. We're going to go to 19 and let me see. We're going to go to 24, I believe. So that's Diana. Also known as, let me see. Let me get it real quick. She is, I believe that's the Greek, because the Greeks and the Romans have gods that are pretty much the same. They just go by different names. So Diana is also to the Greeks. So Diana is a Roman god, I believe, but Artemis is the Greek version of her. It's the same god, but she's the reason why we celebrate birthdays the way we do today. So the same people that brush their teeth with urine got us to celebrate birthdays the way we do today. They're the same reason why we keep the new year the way we keep it today. And the reason why I'm pointing out their shortcomings and how disgusting they are is to let you know we shouldn't do what they do.
Right.
We the salt of the earth.
That's right.
We the people that should be ruled.
Right.
We the people that should dictate what happens on this earth.
Right.
Young man Ace made a connection with Santa Claus. Even though Saint Nicholas was actually a black man, they turned him into a white man who delivered presents. And we think that's all Christmas is about, but Christmas was about Saturn eating his child. But let me get that for you. Let me get Acts 19 and 24 if you could, Baba Kashah.
19 and 24.
Yeah, we'll get 19 and 24 for time's sake. I was going to read through the whole thing, but this is Paul, and somebody was talking to Paul about messing up their money. Paul, they're like, "Yo, Paul, you're coming to me." I know, Salakia. They're like, "Paul, I'm coming to you, and I'm telling you that you're messing up my money. I'm making things that are pertaining to Diana, and you're saying Diana is wrong, and you're messing up my money. I'm messing up Christmas money for our oppressor because you shouldn't buy presents on Christmas.
Right.
You should do it just because. If your child is doing something good, buy them presents. Don't wait till Christmas." But let's read that.
Khan. It's the book of Acts, chapter 19, verse 24. For a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith.
So this is a person who works with silver, who crafts stuff out of the metal silver. Continue.
Which made silver shrines.
He made silver shrines, which he made a place of worship for
Diana.
For Diana, the god that the reason why you have circular cakes that represent the moon and you light it up like the moon and serve birthdays. Continue.
Brought no small gain unto the craftsmen.
And the problem was Paul was speaking against birthdays. He was speaking against worshiping these gods and any other god that was in the Roman Empire that we shouldn't be serving.
Right.
And this man Demetrius had an issue with that, like people have an issue with us. All right, we're gonna drop down. Let me get the picture of Janus, and I'm gonna read something in an Encyclopedia Britannica pertaining to Janus. All right, so the god Janus is the reason why we celebrate New Year's the way we celebrate it today. Black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because a whole different people has us worshiping something that we shouldn't be worshiping, as I continue to say. Encyclopedia Britannica says the worship of Janus traditionally dated back to Romulus in a period even before actual founding of the city of Rome. It says there were, hold on, let me skip down just a little bit, Salakia. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm just rereading what I had read y'all earlier to close this out. It says the Roman god of beginnings and months namesake, though medieval Christians attempted to replace January 1st with more religiously significant dates. All right, so that's Janus right now. What you see on the screen. That's the god of doorways and archways and this, that, and the fourth. Is that a real person? Is this person going to walk backwards or forwards? Which way are they going to walk?
Sideways.
Sideways. The young man said sideways because nothing makes logical sense for something like this. This is a two-faced, two-headed person. We can't serve two gods or many gods for that matter. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans should serve the God of our forefathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Black traditions, if they're rooted in the gods of our oppressor, if they're rooted in oppression, should be thrown out.
Right.
Pork for progress is a terrible thing. Young man Ace was taught at a young age that Santa Claus was not real. Right. I saw a father on Instagram that was upset that his kids were giving thanks to a jolly old white man when he worked hours and hours of overtime to get their gifts, to enrich the very people that oppress us and make sure he can't have money. And they gave it to the very oppressor. That's the reason why he's in the condition that he's in.
That's it.
If I could, we're going to get one more verse. Let me get Job 14 and chapter 4, and we're going to get ready to get up out of here. I might read one more after that. But Job 14 and verse 4, you can keep Janus on the screen.
You said
Yeah, no sweat.
You said Job.
Job 14 and 4.
Khan. This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
They're saying that they want to celebrate Christmas because they're saying it's the birth of Christ, when Christ was born in most likely the spring.
Right.
And they're saying they're doing it because they want to worship Christ. But if it started as a pagan holiday, if it started as a devilish holiday, how can you bring that into a clean thing when it was unclean in the beginning?
That's right.
Let's read that one more time.
Khan. This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one.
Not one. You can't do that. You can't worship Janus on New Year's and think that you're gonna bring it into fruition that everything's gonna go good on watch night because you thought it was clean and you celebrated it in the church.
Right.
You can't act like you're celebrating the birth of Christ when it was something that was a pagan holiday, which is really a devil's holiday, and think that the Lord is going to honor it.
Right.
It is a sin unto the Most High to do what they doing. Go ahead.
And Salaki, if I may, I was wondering, would that be the same as when the Bible say a good tree can't bear bad fruit?
Damn
or
right.
A bad tree can't bear good fruit?
The root of it is disgusting.
Right.
So that is a heavy point that the brother just brought out. The root of it is disgusting. So why do you think you can bring it to the Most High? I heard somebody say, no sweat. You can read that right after this. I heard somebody say, I can't remember who it was, but they say you can't turn pus into pudding. A lot of y'all like banana pudding, right? The brother said la because I know he got a little bit of an issue with the dairy products. But you can't turn pus into pudding. Do you want banana pudding to have somebody's pus in it? That's disgusting. The Lord looking at it the same way. Go ahead. You wanted to read that?
Oh, Khan.
You got my text?
Khan.
All right, most
we got a sister in the chat too that said try and put lipstick on a pig.
That's in the scriptures. When it say you can't put a diamond in a swine's snout.
Khan, sir.
Like, it's disgusting to try to honor the Most High with something that was given to another God and say that you're giving it to him. Listen, man, New Year's is not on the 1st. It's in the month of Abib.
Right.
That's March or April, depending on the way the moon is. The calendar that the Most High gave us. We don't get to serve the moon and the stars and think that the Lord is going to honor it.
Right.
Let me get we're going to end out with one more Salakia. Let me see. You wanted to bring something out? Yeah, no sweat. Go ahead.
Just the precept for what he said about the root being bad. It's in the same chapter in Job chapter 14 verse 8. It says, though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stock thereof die in the ground.
Damn right. I'm gonna just read Salakia, if you can just hold 1 Corinthians 10 and 21, and I'm gonna just read something.
Khan, you said 10 and 21.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. So Salakia, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verses 18 through 20. It says, behold, Israel after the flesh, are not they which eat the sacrifices partakers of the altar? So if you're contributing or you're partaking in New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, are you not partakers of that altar? Verse 19, what say I then? That the idols is anything? Or that which is offered in sacrifice to idols is anything? No. So those things aren't actually real. They don't matter. They're vain. They're false. They're fake. But then verse 20 says, but I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils. These pagan holidays are sacrificed to devils,
right,
and not God. So if you're celebrating these holidays that I brought out, you're not sacrificing to God. You're sacrificing unto devils. Because we just read how that unclean thing cannot be made clean by anyone. Christ didn't come back and die for December 25th and January 1st to be something that you can celebrate. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to God. And would not they ye should have fellowship with devils? And if you can read that last verse, and we'll go ahead and pass it off after that.
Khan, it's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 24 or
21.
21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
How you gonna celebrate the Lord's Passover and New Year's?
Right.
One says that I keep saying December, Salakia. One says that January 1st is the new year. And one says that the month of Abib during Passover is New Year. You can't do both.
Right.
You can't serve two gods. Continue.
Khan.
Ye
cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils.
You can't do both. Just remember that. You're going to either serve the Lord or you're going to serve the devil. You're going to keep the Passover or you're going to keep January 1st.
Right.
That's my time. With that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer Michael Ward. Yeah, just walk up to the spotlight if you could, Baba Kashar. And you'll probably have to raise it a little bit.
Okay. You good.
This is the ISUPK security announcements rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes in the class, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithing, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3 and 8. Ma'ashra, which is 10th in Hebrew. You give a tenth of every increase to the Lord, which the Lord gives you. Priest funds, which is not mandatory, it's free will offering. Give whatever you like, whatever you can give. Holy Convocation is the Feast of Purim, which is February 19th on a Friday, and the 20th of February, which would be here at 51 Blue Hen Drive. To all the brothers, so-called blacks, Native Americans, or Hispanics, this is where we'll be. I mean, come through. If any brother want to become a trooper, start wearing all black headbands, pants, shirt, boots. And with that being said, men of Israel, black scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Amijam, it means stand. We're gonna give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amijam Shabbat, Amijam Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Thumb. Yazmatah means hands down. Sorry. I'm gonna turn it to the right. Your sister's courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amijam Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Thumb, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Yazmatah, class dismissed.